In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. My dear friends, on this last day of our Novena, I will put the title to today's homily. And it is this: Mary, the cause of our joy. I understand that this is one of the oldest of Mary's titles. Its purpose is to remind us all of her role in each of our lives as a result of her fiat. In saying yes to God, Mary allowed salvation to take place. Without Mary, there would be no Jesus. Without Jesus, there would be no Christmas, no Easter, no promise of eternal life in heaven. So I look at it this way. Mary gave us Jesus, and Jesus wants to give us joy. He wants us to be a joyful people. How do I know this? Because at the Last Supper, on the very eve of his crucifixion, Jesus said to his disciples, "These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full." And folks, here's a man about to be arrested, tried, cursed, beaten, spit upon, humiliated, crucified, and he's talking about joy. I really believe the Lord wants us to be a joyful people. Now, whether or not we are a joyful person, whether or not we are joyful and happy or miserable and unhappy, depends on us. A friend of mine is a paraplegic and must spend her life in a wheelchair. But she always seems to have a smile on her face. I asked her once how she could always be so upbeat and joyful all the time. And she said, "It's all a matter of making a choice. It's like standing in front of a panel with two buttons on it, an up button and a down button." And she said you can push the down button for bitterness, resentment, and self-pity. Or you can push the up button and get closer to Jesus and experience the wonderful inner peace and joy that only he can give. I want to tell you, I think that my mom lived her life pressing the up button. My mom lived alone and took care of herself since 1971, the year my dad died, with the exception of the last 2 years of her life when she needed a caregiver. And people often said to me, "It must be difficult for your mom to live alone." I guess it was true in a way. Yet she really believed that she didn't live alone. She believed that Jesus and our Blessed Mother were with her. They were truly part of her life as anyone could be. My mom was a joyful person, and I think she was joyful and at peace because Jesus and our Blessed Mother were her very dear friends and companions. I'd like to share with you another thought that should bring us joy and inner peace. When my mom was alive, I used to give her videotapes of movies I had recorded before I viewed them myself. And when she would return them to me, I always cautioned her not to tell me how the movie ended. And one time she started to tell me how a certain movie ended. And I interrupted her and I said, "Mom, please don't tell me the ending. Don't tell me if the hero lives or dies." She looked at me and she said, "All right, Charles, but you're not going to like it." You know, my friend, our life is like a movie. It has a beginning and it has an end. And many of the events that take place in between are not very pleasant. We suffer a lot. But we know how the story of our life will end. Jesus told us how it will end. And we are going to like it. There will be no more suffering and no more pandemics. We will be in the kingdom of heaven. You know, because of this terrible pandemic, so many places are closed. Our churches are closed. Closed also are our movie theaters, restaurants, and so many stores that our family own. A countless number of people are out of work, not being able to pay their bills, not being able to get enough food to feed themselves. We are feeling financial and emotional stress during these times. So as we end our novena, let us place all our full trust in Jesus and our Blessed Mother. We trust that this pandemic will come to an end, that there will be no more wearing masks or observing social distances. We trust that our restaurants, movie theaters, shopping malls, and especially our churches will be open again. And let us continue to beg Jesus and our Blessed Mother to continue to be with us, to help us, and to comfort us until all this comes to an end. O Mary conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse.